Hey YouTube. Um, so the other day I posted a video calling myself a hypocritical Christian, which in a way I am because, you know, Christ is the standard and we try to live our life the best way we do according to Jesus Christ, but we always fall short. So in a way, kinda, but like I said in that video, there is hope in Jesus Christ. So we just gotta keep trying and living for Jesus Christ. So recently, got me thinking um, about Romans chapter 7, specifically Romans 7, verses 14 through 24. Um, Here we see Paul describe his battle between his flesh and the spirit. Let me just read you Romans 7, 14 to 24. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am of the flesh, sold as a slave under sin. For I do not understand what I am doing, because I do not practice what I want to do, but I do what I hate. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, I agree with the law that it is good. So now I am no longer the one doing it, but it is the sin living in me. For I know that nothing good lives in me, that is my flesh. For the desire to do what is good is with me, but there is no ability to do it. And this is verse 19. This is where it really hits me hard. For I do not do the good that I want to do, but I practice the evil that I do not want to do. Now, if I do what I do not want, I am no longer the one that does it, but it is the sin that lives in me. So I discover this law: when I want to do what is good, evil is present with me. For in my inner self, I delight in God's law, but I see a different law in the parts of my body, waging war against the law of my mind, and taking me prisoner to the law of sin in the parts of my body. What a wretched man I am! Who will rescue me from this body of death? Thanks be to God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, with my mind, I myself am serving the law of God, but with my flesh, the law of sin. So we see here Paul's inner struggle with the flesh and the spirit, and with his inner spirit, spiritual warfare. Um, over the past few days, I've been going through that a lot. A lot of spiritual warfare going on in my inner self. We see here that you can't fix the flesh with flesh. We see Paul tried, but as long as we walk with the Spirit, in the Spirit, and put our trust in Jesus Christ, we can overcome it. Um, we just have to get that thought of you don't want to keep falling back into sin. We just have to put our trust in Jesus Christ. And as Paul said, who will rescue me from this body of death? Thanks be to God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, with my mind, I myself am serving the law of God. In my mind, the law of God, but with my flesh, the law of sin. So you've heard it before, probably, as a Christian. The world will be the world, the flesh will be the flesh. But who will help us overcome the temptations of the flesh? Our Lord Jesus Christ. We just have to remember that and keep reminding ourselves that. I definitely do need to remind myself of that every day, because Every time I sin, every time I do what I do not want to do, every time I practice the evil that I do not want to do, you know, the last thing I want is to leave my mind in that mindset that I am unworthy of God's grace. Because you know what's bigger than sin? God's grace. So just want to get on here and preach the word, I guess. Anyway, God bless you. God be with you.